Good morning everyone. Myself Rohan Mureshwar Homka, lecturer in Electrical Engineering Department, KJ Somaiya Polytechnic Vidya Vihar. Welcome student. Today we are discussing the course Generation of Electric Power. In that we have started our chapter number 2, that is Thermal Power Station. Now last time we have covered what exactly the overview of thermal power plant. Just go through the animation. Boiler, which is showing, it is device which can produce the steam, and that steam is now in a container by heating up the water, right? Now that container is sealed with one particular arrangement and you are getting the output as a wet steam. Now that wet steam is not suitable for the devices because it consists some amount of particles which can be easily condensed. Okay, so now you have another arrangement which is called a superheater, and now you got the superheated steam, and this superheated steam is impinged on the turbine, and turbine rotates and uses that particular mechanical energy to drive the electrical alternator, right? This is what we learned earlier. Yes or no? So today we will discuss about what is steam, because we are focusing on boilers. So main purpose of the boiler is to produce steam. Okay? So steam is something which is being developed or as an output of a boiler. So when a liquid is evaporated, in that process what happens? The liquid heats up to the evaporation temperature. You all know the boiling point. In layman's language we are using boiling point. So what is heated up to the boiling point? After that, that particular heat which is being sensed by that particular water is called as a sensible heat. Means only the temperature is being increased from 0 degree to boiling point. Now second is latent heat, which is actually focused in the boiler. That is the amount of heat which is used for converting the phase, like liquid to gaseous or solid to liquid, like this. Now most of the vapor which is known as a steam or wet steam basically is converted again heated up to the superheated steam, and that is what we are using in the turbine. Yes, right. So now as we started, that boiler is a device which is producing steam. Now steam is nothing but a output of a heating process. So how the heat is being transferred from fuel, its combustion process, to the liquid, that is a water. So there are three types. One is conduction. Now in conduction, that you all observe in your day-to-day experience, that not your experience, maybe your mom's experience, that she is holding up the vessel which is quite hot. So what happens? She touch the vessel and gets some immediate heat shock, right? So that is what conduction. You come in a closure with the particle and that particular heat is being transferred directly. Second is convection, where heat is transferred by the actual movement of warm matter. And third is radiation. So we will first see what is conduction. You have the heating source. Every layer of atom is being getting heated up, and again at the top layer is being heated up by transferring the heat from each particle to each particle. Now second is convection. Now you can see here the heat source heating up the liquid particle. Now the particles from metal object is coming and circulating. You know the reason behind it, that as soon as the particles are heated up, their density becomes less and they goes up and they transfer the heat. After transferring the heat at the top portion, they again increase their density and again go back to the bottom side, and it circulates. And this is the way you can see now metal color is being turning up to the red, means this is the way of convection heat transfer. Now third is the well known experience of your sun and the particles which are far away from the sun and the particular rays and that wavelength of energy is being transmitted in the atoms and the atoms are absorbing that heat through radiation. Now why we discuss all these three type of heat transfer methods? Because in boiler we have to use all these three methods. We required conduction, we required convection, we required a radiation. Now where the fuel is being burning up, that flames are example of radiation. The flue gases which are generated because of that flame and combustion process is an example of convection, and the water which is surrounded by the tubes or the vessel which is being heated up is an example of conduction. So now we have two types of boiler, one is water tube boiler and fire tube boiler. So initially when we started studying about a boiler, since our school education or somewhere we heard about boiler, which is basically used for heating up the water for our bathing purpose or something like that. So what was the concept in our mind? That we have a big vessel with container, it is having a lid and that water is being kept in it and the heat source is there, right? It might be a kerosene or whatever heat source is there. Now water tube boiler is specialized in terms of producing steam, not for heating the water only. So what happens, that we have changed that structure in a tubes and tubes are having water inside it. Now water tube boiler, you have a piping, right, which is called as a water valves, heat source and inlet valve and steam output. Now we have to take one point over here, that this particular journey of a flame and its flue gases, all the heat is being recovered in the water tube boiler. Now this particular pipeline which is almost consistent, no escape or no any addition of other medium. So what happened, the pressure which is developed for the steam is much higher, right, and we can have a continuous output from this type of mechanism. Now second, as we discussed, that is a fire tube boiler. Now again we go back to our initial senses that yes, we have one container having water, having lid, yeah, that is a boiler. But a fire tube boiler is something when the heat source is flowing through the tube as a flue gases and the water is surrounded by that particular heating tube and you are getting the steam output. Now in this case, the capacity of this lid, capacity of this pressure vessel is something which is to taken care of, and because of which the produced steam having a less pressure with compared to the same capacity of the water tube boiler. Okay. So it also provides less output, because as you can see, the heat transfer area which is available for the fire tube boiler is less with compared to water tube boiler. Okay. Now assignment question for you, just note down. You have to compare between the water tube boiler and fire tube boiler. Anyone?
Water tube boiler, water in the tube.
Yes.
Fire tube boiler, fire in the tube.
Okay, good. What is next?
Pressure increase.
Pressure, yes, good. In water tube boiler, you have more steam pressure with compared to fire tube boiler. Okay, now it's two major points for comparison. Now, what would be the application of this boiler? Have you seen the film Sholay? Sholay film में वो कोयला डालता है locomotive boiler में. That is the example of fire tube boiler. And water tube boiler, your own heater. आपके घर में जो electric heater है, that is the example of water tube boiler. Thank you.